Hello, I'm at the CBI in central London, where we've just had a meeting of the Enterprise Forum, of which I'm a member. That's the body that makes policy for the small and medium-sized businesses for the CBI in the UK. And we had a very interesting discussion which raised a couple of issues I thought I wanted to share on one of these video blogs, which relate to the idea of vision and story, of course. But that it goes to the heart of what's happening in Britain right now. So the first thing we discussed was this report, I don't know if you can see that there, that the CBI has just come out with, which is called From Ostrich to Magpie. And essentially what it's saying is that Britain's businesses need to turn from ostriches, birds with their heads in the sand, ignoring change, to magpies, which are birds that pick up useful things, use them or drop them, and get on and have pick up various things. And they want Britain's businesses to become magpies. The second thing we talked about was the industrial strategy unveiled earlier this week by the government. Now, I'm one of those that believes that one of the key things that's been wrong with the way Britain's been run in the last year is there's been no narrative, there's been no vision, there's been no story about the future post-Brexit. How are we going to earn our living in the world? In my view, the industrial strategy that was unveiled began to address some of that. I was rather impressed. And one of the main reasons I was so impressed was that it had simplicity at its heart. It was quite clear where the focus was. So, for example, it had 4 themes. I love 4 themes, which were about construction, life sciences, automotive and AI, what the government calls sector deals. There was another big theme, which is being called here place-based development, which is kind of regionalised, localised development by another name, but with a focus on people developing strategies that work for their area. So there were some clear train lines along which this strategy will go. Now, we discussed here whether enough money was spent on this, that or the other, how are they going to execute it. Of course, there's always buts. For me, though, the key was there is a sense of direction, a sense of vision. Coming back to this report here, the same things at its heart. Guess what? It's saying that what companies need to do, company leaders need to do, is have a very clear vision, be visionary about change, have a clear idea of what that change looks like, how they can describe it, so that the technology that's then involved is much easier to identify and adopt. The golden thread between all of this is productivity. The problem Britain's got is low productivity. And if companies begin to adopt this mentality, have a clear vision, a clear story, and then change behind that, then guess what? They won't turn from ostriches to magpies. They'll turn from ostriches to swans.